discuss the recent change in our school district's physical education program with the integration of model-based approach. The focus of today's broadcast will take a closer look at the cooperative learning model and how it is an effective approach for teachers to use in their classrooms. Now we're going to check in with Megan from the Physical Education Department.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Megan, and I'm the head of the Physical Education Department at the Memorial University campus in St. John's, Newfoundland. I'm here today to talk to you about the future of physical education in school settings. For physical education to remain an important aspect of the school curriculum, there must be significant changes to the instructional methods used. Kirk David mentioned that the future of education depends on three different scenarios. Things will either remain the same, become extinct, or radical reform. He also suggested that in order to prevent extinction in physical education settings, we must make predominant changes to the pedagogical models used. This further led to the integration of 8 pedagogical models that formed the models-based approach of curricular reform, created by personnel with an interest in physical education. Next up, my colleague Brittany Cuff is going to explain the models-based approach.
So I'm Brittany Cuff, and I've been working in the Physical Education Department at Memorial University alongside of Megan for 5 years. I will be talking about what models-based practice is and the positive aspects of using this approach in schools. So models-based practice focuses on student-centered learning across multiple learning domains, such as the affective, cognitive, and psychomotor. For this reason, the models-based approach has a positive influence on students because it not only improves their physical health, but their mental and emotional health as well. With this approach, students are more likely to engage in active lifestyles outside of the school setting. The models-based approach allows a teacher to consider and weigh several key factors before deciding which model to use in a unit. Each instructional model provides teachers and students with descriptions of expected behaviors, roles, decisions, and responsibilities.
And they made some really good points about the future of physical education and the models-based approach. Teachers in our Eastern School District could definitely bring their knowledge into their classrooms. For today's news story, we are going to concentrate on the cooperative learning model. Cooperative learning is a pedagogical model for physical education that allows the teacher to cover a variety of learning outcomes. This teaching strategy focuses on student learning teams where a group of students work together to achieve a common goal. It is expected that all members take on specific roles to contribute to the learning process. According to Eileen Hilk, the major instructional goals for cooperative learning are 1. To foster academic cooperation among the students, 2. To encourage positive group relationships, 3. Develop students' self-esteem, and finally, to enhance the academic achievement. To successfully implement a cooperative learning model in your classroom, there are 5 key elements we are going to discuss throughout the rest of today's broadcast.
The first essential element of the cooperative learning model is positive independence. For these types of activities, the students have to rely on each other to complete the task, and one student cannot succeed on their own. Success can only be achieved by members of the group. An activity called balloon pop requires all students work together to keep the balloon in the air for as long as possible while holding hands.
Cooperative learning model is face-to-face interaction. For these types of activities, the students talk to each other and come up with solutions for common problems. They identify their goals and help each other learn. After students complete the balloon pop activity that Megan previously discussed, we will have the students come toe-to-toe and discuss strategies for completing the balloon pop activity.
We barely done it.
is personal responsibility. This is when students are responsible for their own physical improvement, for completing their duties while learning something new in the process. If you take a look at these students in the following video, you will see them participating in an activity called treasure hunt. Students have the responsibility to retrieve beanbags from another team's landing and successfully return them to their own landing. This game teaches the students to perform specific personal duties to receive success. Go.
Personal and small group skills is the fourth component of the cooperative learning model. The purpose of these activities is for students to develop behaviors that allow for comfortable and relaxed communication between group members.
Group processing is the final component of the cooperative learning model. During group processing, there will be a guided discussion to reflect on the activities and any successes or failures they may have had. The students can also share ideas for future lessons. When students have completed the different activities, there will be a group discussion to reflect on all of the activities done in class.
Like anything, cooperative learning has its advantages and disadvantages. Some advantages in allowing students to work together in the learning process is that it stimulates the way most people work outside of the school, by sharing work. It also allows students to develop a greater understanding of themselves and others from their collaboration. A huge advantage is that it allows students to make choices that regulates their own pace of learning. Some of the disadvantages discussed in Metzler's instructional models for physical education include the idea that there is a danger of some students in specific groups becoming authority figures and overpowering the teacher. It also may cause students to limit their contributions to allow other students a chance to contribute in a greater way.
By implementing cooperative games in the physical education program, students are able to work together to make decisions by collaborating with one another. Students build better relationships with their team members as they try different approaches to master the problems presented. Children will work better and accomplish more when they collaborate with one another rather than working individually. Therefore, cooperative learning activities will also enhance the child's social development. In the cooperative learning model, teachers maintain control of the task and placing students in their assigned groups. However, when the task begins, control will then switch to the students as they proceed.
It's very important to create an inclusive environment in the classroom. Inclusion can be achieved in 3 ways. Firstly, team selection ensures that all teams will be devised. Secondly, all members make a contribution to the team's success. Lastly, the team is more likely to have success if it takes advantage of each member's unique abilities. It is in the team's best interest to include all students with unique abilities. The cooperative learning model promotes inclusion because it is designed to include everyone in the team. Interactions between students are increased through cooperative learning. This is because they are engaged in activities with one another and work together as a group to achieve a common goal.
So the games that we played today in gym class really taught us that we have to work together in order to succeed.
Yeah, and like in the last game, I didn't have anyone guarding mine, so like if we had an even amount of number, we could make the game more fair.
Yeah. I think that was a good way of doing it too, because it showed you that you could really use someone else to cooperatively work with, whereas me and Brittany, there was 2 of us, so we were able to cooperate a bit more.
We helped each other.
Yeah.
But you didn't have anyone to help you with.
That shows the importance of cooperative learning.
Yeah. Well, I hope you all learned something new about cooperative learning and how important it is to include in your physical education curriculum. That's all for this evening's news hour. Please be sure to clue into tomorrow's broadcast, as we'll have 2 special guests having a debate on how Donald Trump is trying to control a country when he can't even control his ear.
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it. I like to move it, move it. I like